Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Oh, one moment. And enjoy the video. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming at you another Let's Play episode of Echo, Jenna's Path. So, the last place we left off, we had just come up upon the creepy site from last play where we found Janice doing something. And we're gonna see what that something is. Yeah, oh, it's really creepy and weird what she's doing. It's just a weird thing to do and just stare at someone while you're doing it. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Sit back and let me entertain you for the next 20 minutes. Anyway, let me set Alarm Chan. Alarm Chan, are you ready, set to go? Yes, you are. Okay, guys, let's jump right into it. Alright. I think that's Janice. I look over at Leo and he seems concerned. His brows furrowed as he carefully steers the car right up to the next to the coyote. I can see why. She's crouched over, elbows on her knees, staring at the ground. Roll down your window, Chase. I do as he says, struggling a little with the old crank handle. What is she doing out here? We come to a stop next to the coyote, kicking up some dust. I don't know. Hey! TJ rolls down his window as well, waving. Hi, Janice! Leo leans over me and looks out at her. She's still looking at the ground. Everything all... Leo's voice cuts off in a weird, choking sound. I look at him, confused, then look back out the window and I can't help myself. But I gasp. It was hard to tell from the angle when all the dust kicked up to the van, but I can see that Janice has her pants down around her thighs. I can also see everything else. I sit back quietly and avert my eyes, looking out the windshield instead. Is she... Oh my god, Leo, keep going! Jenna whispers it, her voice strained. Oh, sorry, Leo stops talking and I chance a glance out the window again. Janice is looking at us now, and she's smiling. It's a weird smile because it's a weird smile because it isn't touching her eyes. It's unnerving. Leo stares back. Leo, let's just go. I hiss out the side of my mouth, staring at the windshield again. He seems reluctant to, though, looking concerned. Janice, do you need some help? His tone is one you might use on a toddler. Or a crazy person. I don't hear her say anything, except maybe a grunt. Leo bravely keeps trying, though. We can give you a ride. Leo stops talking in time for me to hear a pattering sound, a sound I recognize well from being a kid pissing on the dirt roads of Echo. The van lurches forward, then resumes a smoother acceleration back onto the empty road. What in God's name? I don't know. Leo's frowning, looking at us as confused as I've ever seen him. Should I go back? No! I look back and see TJ covering his face. Maybe. She could have been having some kind of psychotic episode. Maybe she just really had to go? I'm like that after a ton of caffeine sometimes. TJ, I'm fairly certain you haven't peed yourself in front of everyone since Mrs. Mueller's Thanksgiving play. And you certainly weren't smiling at the audience while you were at it. Hey, please don't talk about that now. I don't think so. Did you see the way she looked at me? She's probably just on something. Isn't everyone? No, she doesn't do stuff like that. Well, maybe she does. You never know with people. Again, Leo doesn't say anything, and neither does anyone else. We don't go back. And he's not here. Leo stabs the doorbell again, frustration etched across his face. I shift the red velvet cake in my grasp, trying to hold both it and the lucha figurine. Not really wanting to do more shopping after the incident, Jenna, TJ, and Leo had just bought Peyton fast food as gifts. Carl doesn't get out of Peyton too much, so the three took it upon themselves to buy from 3 different locations. Leo got a couple large and juicy vegan burgers. TJ got those tofu tacos that are made from nacho cheese chips, and Jenna got a bread bowl. A whole food, okay. I squint, trying to look through the frosted glass on the sides of the door. Somebody get him some damn video games or something. Maybe he's getting high? He should still be able to hear. I mean, maybe he just doesn't want to? TJ holds up his phone. He's not answering his phone either. Leo knocks on the door hard, his bicep bulging. He could be studying. Chase could be finishing... I could be studying, Chase could be finishing his project, and you and Flynn could be at work right now. Instead, we're doing this. Flynn leans back against his truck a couple yards away, briefly canting his head in Jenna's direction as his name is mentioned. Throat's a little sore. You know, I may be remiss to mention this, but you all are 6 shades extra bitchy today. Leo stands back, paws on his waist as he takes a deep breath. His eyes have a sheened, bleary quality to them. Anytime Jenna speaks, it seems like he's wrought to near twitching levels of anger. All of Leo's plans to bring everyone together have had the opposite effect so far. Do they lock their windows? What? Leo growls. It's not like we're breaking in. TJ's ears pin back, a frown on his face. The wolf puts fist to his forehead, closing his eyes. I think he's just asleep, and it shouldn't be too hard just to get in there and wake him up. I look over at the side of the house and see a window well. I point at it. What about that? Too small. I could probably fit. She hops off the front porch and crouches down next to the window, pushing at it. Wait, there's a security sticker here. Jenna hesitates and pushes at the window again, but it doesn't budge. Locked. Then try the one above it. That's too high. I think this is going a little too far. I'll boost you up. Think you're strong enough for that? Well, you look like you've lost weight recently. Jenna turns, giving me a quizzical expression. Smooth. She does smile after a moment, looking more bemused than anything. I see her bushy tail flick some behind her. You know, some girls might take that as an insult. Are you one of said girls? No, I get the meaning of your words, and that's where it's flattering, regardless. Oh, well, good, I guess. What the fuck is happening? I set the cake and figuring down on the gravel and move behind Jenna, cupping my paws together in front of me for her foot. Steadying herself with her paws against the wall of the house, Jenna steps into my paws. Slowly, I push up, feeling my muscles strain beneath my fur. Fucking hell, this is so fucking stupid. There's a light click, and I see Jenna pushing open the top window with ease. Good, now I'm gonna try to boost you all the way up, alright? Your arm's doing okay? Yeah, peachy. Her tail flicks again, and I get a mouthful of fur. Sorry. Like we're some kind of cheerleading duo, I shove Jenna as high as I can with both paws. She grabs a ledge, and I feel the weight burden lift as she dangles against the side of the house. Careful, don't fall! Her bushy tail is the last thing we see, until she pokes her head back through. Kitchen. I fell in the sink. Okay, unlock the door now. She disappears again, and we make our way back to the front door. Leo, why didn't you help? You're the fucking muscle here. If you don't shut your fucking mouth, Flynn, I'll use my muscles and kick you right in your vag. Sound good? Jesus, calm your... Leo turns on him, one foot in front of the other. Flynn shuts up. TJ, meanwhile, has his eyes upon the wall in front of him. Usually he's all smiles when we're gathered like this, even through the swearing and crude stuff. Right now, though, his eyes just look sort of vacant, like earlier at the mall. Finally, we hear the door rattling and it opens. Called his name, but he didn't answer. Well, he's gotta be here. It's not like he can go anywhere, or would want to. I pick up my stuff and head inside. Carl's house is as massive and immaculate as I remember it. It is a mansion, after all. Well, maybe less immaculate than I remember. There are a few wrappers and pizza boxes on the marble counter. I assume that's because Carl's parents aren't here to tell him not to be a slob. Flynn immediately heads up the stairs. Yo, Carl! Jenna stands in the kitchen, her paws on her hips as she looks around. Strange. Strange being back, isn't it? Like in general, or... She shrugs. Leo, don't have Jenna's voice. Come on now. Carl! I hear the others scampering around the house, Leo moving out to the backyard. TJ, meanwhile, checks the garage. She pulls out her cell phone, tapping at it a few times. It is very faint, but I can hear a distant vibrating sound somewhere in the house. Jenna turns and I follow, stepping past the spacious living room. I didn't know if it was possible, but it looks like Carl's parents got an even bigger TV since I was last here. Carl's room looks pretty damn similar to how I remember it, though usually he makes at least a mild effort to pick up after himself when I'd be coming over. There's so much dirty laundry and trash scattered about, I can hardly see the carpet. God, it smells like Leo's glove box in here. I wonder why. Jenna gives me a slight scrunched nose look, pauses, then nods acceptingly. She pulls out her phone, calling Carl's number again. This time the vibration is much closer, a rattling sound audible as the device vibrates against a wood surface. Still, it sounds kind of muffled. It sounds like it's coming from one of his drawers. Ordinarily, I'd be vehemently against rifling through one's personal stuff, but this is a special circumstance. I'm not gonna stop you. Jenna starts pulling open drawers in the dresser while I check out the desk. I feel guilty doing it, but there's a sort of a thrill to be had in snooping about like this. I start stumbling upon old comics that I had given Carl and myself back when we were kids. The corner's dog-eared to all hell. The next drawer looks to be chock full of portable gaming system stuff, including all of his cartridges just scattered about. I remember every day on the bus I'd sit next to Carl just to play, because his parents bought him all the expensive devices. I'd always guilt him by saying that he could play at home whenever he wanted, so he usually let me play the whole ride from Echo to Peyton. Find it yet? I blink, then shake my head, checking the next drawer. No, but... Well, that's a flashlight. Butthole one, too. What? I shut the drawer, trying not to think about it too much. Nothing. Well, I found it. I spin around, moving to Jenna's side. It looks like she grabbed it from somewhere wedged between Carl's bed and window. Does it have a lock on it? No, it doesn't. Carl's parents have always been really good about respecting privacy, yeah? How fortunate for him. Jenna swipes through the messenger tab, but for some reason now she keeps the screen out of sight from me. Her brow raises at something, and she pauses. What? What is it? She quickly shakes her head. Nothing relevant. She returns to tapping about again. I can hear the others still calling for Carl, so I guess they haven't found him yet. Again, she is brought to pause. Are you going to tell me what's up this time? She stares. So, apparently Carl took a picture last night. There's a disconcerting look in her eyes, which tells me this is different than just another picture of Carl's ass. Okay. She holds up the phone for me to see. Oh, shit. Oh, no, that's not good. Nope. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's creepy as fuck. I stare at the sunlight reflected upon the ceiling above me. Its pale golden hue has gradually shifted to a more amber tone as dusk nears. We showed up around what? 2-ish? Yeah, usually I would be at work, but I took time off for Leo's party plan. The patter of Flynn's feet is audible behind me as he paces back and forth upon the tile floor. Glancing over the edge of the couch, his gaze is fixed upon the ground in front of him, the phone cupped against the side of his head. What? He's in the kitchen now, using your coffee machine. All the old gang is here. To repeat, the alarm wasn't armed. Carl usually doesn't set it. We got in through the top window above the kitchen sink. Flynn points towards the aforementioned window, despite currently explaining it on the phone. Leo stands motionless in front of the kitchen window, facing away from us. God, it was creepy looking. Well, Jenna did. Then unlocked the front door for the rest of us. Wasn't my idea again. Place is kind of messy, but we didn't see any signs of anything broken into. Jewelry above the bedroom? Jewelry above the bedroom dresser? Give me a sec, I'll check. Speaking of, here she is. Flynn hands the phone off to Jenna before heading upstairs again. She uncrosses her legs and stands up slightly, pausing for a moment as she listens to Carl's father on the other end of the line. Yes, Mr. Hendricks, it's been a while since we've last spoken. 5 or 6 years, actually. I'll go by Jenna now, yes. Instead of pacing about like Flynn, she moves over toward me. She rests herself against the arm of the couch by my head. Her expression shifts some, but I can't see much due to the sun glare coming through the windows and the angle she is above me. My brother? Actually, yes. When I went through his phone, it showed that they had texted earlier that day. Yes, it does appear that Carl was buying weed from him. She's quiet now, listening. I can hear Carl's father on the other end now, meaning his voice is a bit raised. I turn on my side, propping my head up with an elbow on the armrest in an attempt to read her expression. Jenna doesn't appear fazed. She doesn't look at me either. Mr. Hendricks. The voice on the other end continues. The high-pitched rasp of Carl's father's voice is still audible a minute later. There are pauses in what he's saying, but Jenna doesn't interject. Finally, there is a pause of around 5 seconds before I can hear a quieter, "Are you still there?" coming through. Yes, Mr. Hendricks. At this time, I'm going to file a missing persons report with the county sheriff's office, citing the image I sent you from Carl's phone. Looking over, Carl's phone sits upon the coffee table, the red-eyed image still displayed. Something about it seems so familiar, yet exactly why escapes me, like fleeting deja vu. It makes me uneasy, even without the context of our current situation, which makes it worse. It hasn't been the minimum of 24 hours, but as you said, the fact that his phone, wallet, and all your other vehicles are accounted for is worrisome. She waits, listening. I'm going to tell the police that we were given the go-ahead to come and go from the building during the week. If you could confirm that when the sheriff's office calls you later, that'd make things easier on us while we keep up the search effort. Do you and Mrs. Hendricks have any recommendations on that front regarding where he could have gone off to? She reaches over and I feel her paw move beneath my tufted chin. Her fingers scritch along my jawline and my eyes begin to lull. I don't know why I'm still so tired. I look up at her, through her gaze, though her gaze still doesn't meet mine. She continues to pet me, eventually reaching up to ruffle my head scruff. It rouses me from my lulled state, and I blink up at her. She covers the phone with her free paw, muttering to me, Hey, wake up. Can you go see if TJ made any progress upstairs? Oh, yeah, sure. Hearing the telltale thuds of Flynn's heavy-footed gait upon the terracotta stairway, I glance up. He returns, shaking his head. Shit's still there. Jenna nods, seeming to ignore the now strange look the Gila is giving us. I sit upright. I think Mr. Hendricks is giving us some advice of where to look. Jenna again nods in confirmation, though Flynn still peers at us with a furrowed brow. Were this any other time, I'd have some shit to say right now. He sighs, nostrils flaring. I lean forward, taking hold of Carl's phone and peering at the image again up close. I'm going to check out some of his messages myself and see if I can find anything. Jesus, that's creepy as hell. Oof. Oh! Oh, shit. No, I want to go back. Damn it! Damn it! Okay. Let's see. I want to see some of these messages. I don't fucking understand what this means. More end of April. Where are you? Retro Gamer Shop. Some What the fuck? I love this. Asshole. They don't fucking understand what this means. That is a little weirder, though. Leo. God, I guess these are all their younger pictures, I guess. Man. The cell phone is plucked from my grasp. Flynn is standing above me. Jenna and I already looked through that. Now you're just wasting time being a snoopy shit. Flynn's emerald gaze briefly flicks to Jenna, then back down to me. Surprisingly, Jenna nods in agreement, then motions to the stairs. We got this, Chase. Like I said, go see how TJ's progress is going. She looks to Flynn with a sort of stern, knowing expression before responding to something on the phone. Well, the convenience store is a few miles from here. Does he usually walk that far? My cheeks burn at the scolding, and I rise to a stand. Turning to leave, I can still see Leo standing unmoving in the kitchen. He's like a photograph, a still image silhouetted in contrast to the fading sun through the window. It's weird. Usually Leo is the one who jumps into action with this sort of situation. At least he did when we were kids. De facto group leader and whatnot. Now, though, since we found out Carl was missing a couple hours ago, he's been pretty resigned. Hell, Flynn and Jenna have been the ones coordinating everything so far. He glances over his shoulder, the first bit of movement I've seen him do in about 15 minutes. I can see his red eyes from here. He's staring right at me. I find myself walking over, despite myself. Flynn and Jenna busy talking with Mr. Hendricks over the speakerphone now. I enter the kitchen and approach him. Hey. Yo. A silence lingers between us. So, Carl. Yeah. You know where he might be? Uh-huh, of course. I'm just not telling anybody because I like all this quality time we're having here, huh? Leo, this is serious. Jenna's about to call the sheriff. Yeah? Good. 2 birds with 1 stone. He holds up his phone, a notification on the screen I can't quite read. Got a call from Mariana back at my parents' house. The police were checking to see if I was there. What? My brow raises. I try to study Leo's expression, but he's stony as all hell right now, his jaw set in near constant grit. Shit. Familyplex got my plates from the security camera. So the security camera thing's in the parking lot, I'm guessing. I sigh, rubbing my forehead. I'm about to open my mouth and say something, though I catch a sort of strange, empty look in Leo's eyes that brings me to pause. I decided against my scolding and instead moved beside him, taking one of Carl's mugs and pouring myself a cup of coffee from the coffee maker. It's one of those fancy ones that has an espresso. It's espresso. It has an espresso maker built in, and a weave basket next to the machine has at least 30 different flavor cups. Oh, that's cute. At least 30 different ones. And I peer over at my coffee drawer. I've got like 70 different flavors. And I've got about like 20 different brands. Oh my god, I'm such a coffee freak. The flavors are mostly desert-based. Mostly desert-based coffees. What is it, like rock? And, let's see, Arizona cactus. The flavors are mostly dessert-based, with labels like salted caramel, frosted oatmeal cookie, cinnamon churro, and truffle sundae. Camel spider flavor. No, God. That's a horrible. Nightmare coffee. Wait a minute, that's an idea. Nightmare coffee brands. Give them, like, creepy names. They sound pretty damn delicious, as far as I know. I'm messing up my delivery here. They sound pretty damn delicious. As far as I know, Carl only drinks energy drinks, and usually obscene quantities of them. God, Carl, you need to watch your health, man. Go down for that early grave. If Echo doesn't get you first. Alright, guys, that was our good lady Alarm Chan letting us know it is time to end the video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm planning on this being going up on Sunday. It'll probably be a double video going up with, you know, Changeling Tale. But anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to the next video. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!